Hey everyone, it's your name here. So we're going to talk about something that freaks out a lot of people. Flying. It's totally normal to feel a little anxious about hopping on a giant metal bird and hurtling through the sky. But here's the thing, flying is incredibly safe. We're going to delve into the science, the stats, and some interesting facts about aviation that you can bust out next time you're stuck in a middle seat. Because knowledge, my friends, is power. So, buckle up, put your tray table in the upright position, and let's demystify the heck out of flying. Okay, let's start with the big one, turbulence. It's something that almost every flyer has experienced at some point, that sudden bump or drop that can send your stomach into your throat. It can be quite unsettling if you're not used to it. Here's the deal. Turbulence is mostly caused by changes in air pressure and currents. These changes are a natural part of the atmosphere. Think of it like waves on the ocean. Just as the sea has its ups and downs, so does the sky. Boats might bob up and down, but they don't just sink because of a wave. They are built to handle the ocean's movements. Similarly, planes are designed to handle even severe turbulence. The engineering behind modern aircraft is incredibly advanced. Those bumps might feel dramatic, but they're rarely dangerous. It's more of an inconvenience than a real threat. Pilots are trained to navigate through turbulent areas, and the structure of the aircraft is built to withstand forces far greater than anything you'd experience on a typical flight. They undergo rigorous training to ensure your safety. In fact, a plane would have to be put through forces way beyond what turbulence could ever dish out before it would even be at risk. The stress tests they undergo are extreme. So next time you hit a rough patch, remember, it's just the air being a little dramatic, and your plane is more than equipped to handle it. It's all part of the journey. Think about it this way, have you ever driven on a bumpy road? Of course you have. It's a common experience. And your car handled it just fine, right? You might have felt a jolt, but it wasn't anything to worry about. Turbulence is basically just a bumpy road in the sky. It's a natural part of flying. It's uncomfortable, sure, but it's not going to bring the plane down. The aircraft is built to endure these conditions. In fact, most turbulence is so minor that pilots barely even notice it. They are constantly monitoring the situation to ensure a smooth flight. So if they're not worried, you shouldn't be either. Trust in their expertise and the aircraft's design. Just sit back, relax, and maybe close your eyes if it makes you feel better. Listen to some music or watch a movie to distract yourself. The bottom line is, turbulence is a normal part of flying. It's not dangerous, and it's nothing to be afraid of. Embrace it as part of the adventure. Let's talk about the folks at the controls, the pilots. These aren't just people who took a few flying lessons and called it a day. Becoming a commercial pilot requires years of intensive training and thousands of hours of flight experience. We're talking rigorous simulations, emergency procedures drilled into their sleep, and constant skill checks. Pilots go through a lot to earn their wings. They have to pass rigorous physical and mental health exams, complete countless hours of classroom instruction, and master complex flight simulators that mimic all sorts of challenging scenarios. And even after they get their license, they're constantly undergoing training and evaluation to make sure their skills stay sharp. Think about it. We trust these men and women with our lives every time we step on a plane. That's a huge responsibility, and airlines take it very seriously. So next time you're feeling nervous about flying, remember that the people in the cockpit are some of the most highly trained professionals in the world. Modern airplanes are technological marvels, a testament to human ingenuity and engineering prowess. I'm talking sensors, backup systems upon backup systems, and enough computing power to make your laptop look like an abacus. These sensors constantly monitor every aspect of the aircraft's performance. These machines are designed with redundancy in mind, meaning that if one system fails, there are multiple others ready to take over. This ensures that the aircraft can continue to operate safely even in the event of a malfunction. Think about it. Airplanes are essentially giant flying computers. They are equipped with advanced avionics and control systems that manage everything from flight dynamics to passenger comfort. They're packed with sophisticated technology that monitors everything from engine performance to air pressure to navigation. This technology ensures that the aircraft operates efficiently and safely throughout the flight. And the best part is, most of this technology is working behind the scenes, so you don't even have to think about it. It's all seamlessly integrated to provide a smooth and safe flying experience. For example, did you know that most commercial airplanes can actually fly themselves on autopilot for extended periods of time? This allows pilots to focus on monitoring the systems and making critical decisions. Of course, pilots are always monitoring the systems and ready to take over if needed, but the level of automation in modern aircraft is truly remarkable. This automation helps reduce pilot workload and enhances safety, And when it comes to safety, redundancy is key. Every critical system has a backup, and sometimes even a backup for the backup. That's why airplanes have multiple engines, multiple fuel systems, multiple navigation systems, and so on. This redundancy ensures that the aircraft can continue to operate even if one system fails. So next time you're on a plane, take a moment to appreciate the incredible technology that's keeping you aloft. It's a marvel of modern engineering that allows us to travel the world safely and efficiently. The aviation industry is one of the most heavily regulated in the world, and for good reason. From the moment an airplane is designed to the second it touches down, it's subject to a seemingly endless list of safety checks, inspections, and maintenance procedures. Think about it, there are entire government agencies dedicated to ensuring the safety of air travel. The Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA in the United States, for example, has strict regulations governing everything from pilot training to aircraft maintenance to air traffic control. And it's not just government agencies that are looking out for your safety. Airlines themselves have their own rigorous safety protocols in place. So next time you're waiting in line to board your flight, remember that you're benefiting from decades of experience and countless layers of safety regulations. You know those voices you sometimes hear in the cockpit during takeoff and landing? They might seem like just another part of the background noise, but they are far more important than you might think. Those are air traffic controllers, and they play a crucial role in keeping our skies safe. Without them, the intricate ballet of aviation would be chaotic and dangerous. These highly trained professionals are responsible for directing the movement of aircraft both on the ground and in the air, ensuring that planes maintain a safe distance from one another at all times. They coordinate takeoffs, landings, and everything in between. Imagine a giant, incredibly complex game of chess, but instead of chess pieces, you're moving airplanes full of people through the sky. Each move must be calculated with precision and foresight. That's essentially what air traffic controllers do every day. They are the masterminds behind the scenes, ensuring that every flight reaches its destination safely and on time. They use radar, computers, and good old-fashioned communication to track flights, issue clearances, and prevent collisions. Their tools are sophisticated, but their skills are even more impressive. It's a high-pressure job, but air traffic controllers are trained to stay calm under pressure and make split-second decisions that can mean the difference between a safe flight and a disaster. Their ability to remain composed is nothing short of remarkable. They're the unsung heroes of the aviation industry, working tirelessly behind the scenes to keep our skies organized and our flights on schedule. Their dedication and expertise often go unnoticed, but they are vital to the safety and efficiency of air travel. So next time you hear those voices crackling over the intercom, take a moment to appreciate the hard work and dedication of air traffic controllers. They are the guardians of our skies, ensuring that every journey is a safe one. Airplanes don't just get a quick wash and wax between flights. These machines undergo rigorous maintenance checks and inspections on a regular basis, from pre-flight walkarounds to in-depth overhauls. Mechanics work tirelessly to ensure that every nut, bolt, and wing flap is in tip-top shape. Think about it. Airplanes are complex machines with thousands of moving parts. To keep them operating safely and reliably, they need regular maintenance, just like your car. But unlike your car, which might get an oil change every few thousand miles, airplanes undergo much more frequent and extensive inspections. Mechanics inspect everything from the engines and landing gear to the navigation systems and emergency equipment. They look for any signs of wear and tear, and they replace parts long before they reach the end of their lifespan. It's all about preventative maintenance, catching potential problems before they even have a chance to arise. So, next time you see a team of mechanics swarming around an airplane, don't be alarmed. It's just a sign that the airline is taking safety seriously. Here's a fact that might surprise you. Flying is statistically one of the safest modes of transportation. Yep, you heard that right. Safer than driving, safer than riding a bike, and definitely safer than trying to outrun a herd of stampeding wildebeest. The numbers don't lie, people. Think about it. How often do you hear about major airline accidents? Not very often, right? That's because the aviation industry has an incredible safety record. In fact, according to statistics, you're more likely to be struck by lightning than to be involved in a fatal plane crash. So, next time you're feeling anxious about flying, remember the statistics. Flying is incredibly safe, thanks to the rigorous safety regulations, advanced technology, and highly trained professionals who work tirelessly to keep our skies safe. Okay, even with all the facts and figures, some of you are still going to feel nervous about flying, and that's okay. Fear is a natural human emotion. But there are things you can do to manage that fear and make the experience a little less stressful. First off, knowledge is power. We've talked about a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff that makes flying safe, so hopefully, understanding those things can help ease your mind. But there are also more practical tips like choosing a seat over the wing for a smoother ride, avoiding caffeine and alcohol before your flight, and practicing relaxation techniques like deep breathing. There are also resources out there specifically for people who are afraid of flying. There are books, websites, even therapy programs dedicated to helping people overcome their aviophobia. And hey, if all else fails, there's always the option to distract yourself with a good book, a movie, or some soothing music. Remember, you're not alone in this. Millions of people around the world experience some degree of fear or anxiety when it comes to flying. So there you have it. 8 reasons why flying is actually less scary than it seems. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding the ins and outs of aviation can go a long way in easing those pre-flight jitters. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might need a little reassurance before their next trip to the friendly skies. Until next time, DFTBA.